Yo, thanks for tuning in to Celebs Source, your source for celeb news. Now today we got K. Michelle dropping it like it's hot. Cardi B on why she opted for the knife. The baby versus his landlord. Imagine how that plays out. Kim K telling us what not to do in a relationship. And Boosie on how it would have played out if Tyson got all hands on and stuff. Hey, yo, thanks for tuning in to Celebs Source. If this is your first time to the channel, be sure to hit that like button if you're feeling any part of the content, man. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel already, man, be sure to hit that sub button. It definitely helps your boy out. Now, look, check this out, man. If this is your first time to the channel, we completely understand your dilemma. You see what I'm saying? Those of y'all that have returned to the channel, man, y'all know what the thumbnails do, man. You see what I'm saying? The content keeps you hooked, all right? Hopefully the content keeps you hooked, okay? But, I mean, stop acting brand new to this, man. Look at the thumbnails, and the names in the thumbnails is who we gonna be talking about, okay? I don't know how else to say it, all right? Marcus Edwards came through and said, yo, I got 10% left on the battery, and I decided to watch your content. Yo, salute, big dog. You see what I'm saying? We definitely do appreciate when y'all sacrifice your battery time to get this hot news. You see what I'm saying? Straight off the press. And Frankie B came through giving us the salute and the PS5 games that we gotta have on deck. Yo, we definitely appreciate that. Much love and respect. Now, let me tell you something, man. Look, do you know how many things can go wrong on live? I mean, I don't think it's unusual for things to go left, right? Especially for people that are not celebrities. But you would think a celebrity would know better. Like, when they do video shoots, don't they have to do it like multiple times because of the errors that might have occurred? K. Michelle decided, I'm gonna go on Instagram Live, where my words and actions will be on social media for an eternity. And she thought, what I'll do is I'm gonna do this little dance, right? A little sexy dance. I mean, you danced a million times in your home, right? It shouldn't be that bad. Look, if no one else is there, it should be cool, right? But not if you have a butt implant. Apparently, right, these things are sliding down people's legs like lube. Shorty was dancing on the gram when this happened. Yo, take a look. And I'm embarrassed. You see what I'm saying? And then the attempt at trying to play it off, oh my gosh. Look, from Celebs Source, right? Please, stay off of live. You see what I'm saying? I'm begging you, please, okay? I'm pretty sure course correction is not an option once you go on live. So just forget the live, all right? Pre-record your joints. Cardi B recently had an interview with Mariah Carey. I know, I'm thinking the same thing. Now, throughout the course of the conversation, the topic came up on going under the knife. Now, Cardi made a pretty interesting statement. She said, quote, New York is a melting pot, especially where I grew up in the Bronx. I'm Trini and Dominican, and there's a lot of Dominicans that look a certain type of way. They have soft, pretty, curly hair. Easy there, sis. Growing up, guys would ask me weird questions like, if you're Dominican, why is your hair so nappy? Pause. Look, who the hell is making these people, man? Why is your hair so nappy? Who the hell makes a human that says that? I mean, what the Chinese guy say in Menace to Society? He said, I feel bad for your mother. I mean, yeah, he got smoked, but that's because he hurt old dog's feelings. I mean, let's keep it a buck. Dudes is actually running around being mad at women's hair because a comb developed for a person with straight hair can't pass through hair that's curly? I mean, come on, man. Let's think this through. Wait a minute, was that guy Korean? Anyway, let me keep it going. She said, quote, I used to dye my hair and people used to be like, oh, your hair's so crunchy and it would make me feel so weird. Now, she also said that in her neighborhood, thick women with curvy shapes were praised, but she herself at the time was considered skinny. You see what the problem is, man? It's location. If she was in a white neighborhood, well, let me keep it pushing. She said, quote, young boys would be like, look at your flat behind. You ain't got no titties. And it would make me feel so ugly and undeveloped. Now, she opened it back up. At 18, I had enough money to afford to buy my boobs, so every insecurity that I felt about my breasts was gone. When I was 20, I went to the urban strip club, and in the urban strip clubs, you had to have a big butt. So I felt insecure about that. It took me back to high school, so I got my behind done, and then I felt super confident, close quote. What have I learned from this, right? The words you say, the words I say, they could be painful enough that a person could go through the ordeal of getting surgery to rectify what we stated to them. I mean, can you imagine now if after they got the surgery, someone came along and criticized them about that? I mean, you think you're mentally strong, right? Right? Don't fool yourself, okay? You may have just been fortunate enough to not have met the person that will get you to put yourself on an operating table. I mean, a lot of folks would have been did it. You see what I'm saying? It's just that T-Mobile want their money, right? And they gotta pay that. Keep it a buck, though. Fellas, you think you aight with your hair till the joint start looking like you flew too close to the sun. Then, the hair implant ass start popping up in between the vids, okay? And ladies, 2 words, make up. You see what I'm saying? I mean, it's like affordable surgery. Let me keep it moving, man. I just got hyped that the lady showed up in the building. I don't want to scare nobody off. Is it me? Or do things seem to ebb and flow? Like, I'm saying, like, in terms of with artists. Certain artists are in our stories heavy, then they fade out. And other artists take the top spot consistently. You're like, why? Who is it this time? Well, this time it seems to be DaBaby. Honestly, I try to avoid stories involving DaBaby. I mean, think about it. If he loses his chain and I saw it, right? I'm dead. And everyone else is dead as well. Even if it fell out the car when he was getting out the car, I gotta act like I ain't see the joint. You see what I'm saying? In fact, if I have a house to rent out, right? Guess who can't be a tenant? That's right, baby. Apparently, someone rented out their California vacation home to your boy, right? Back in December. The man told DaBaby, yo, limit guests to 12 and obey COVID protocols. And he also added that there was a condition in the lease that prevented the home from being used for commercial purposes. And DaBaby followed every single rule to the T. I mean, he didn't possibly use the house for a video with 40 people. He was not confronted by the landlord with violations of his lease. DaBaby did not say, don't call the police. And he did not then punch the man in the mouth, leaving him bleeding with a missing tooth, which would almost certainly bring the police. He did not take the man's phone and taunt the man by playing catch with it. That would be immature of DaBaby. It would be crazy for DaBaby to steal valuable kitchenware, break a security camera, and other things, and not, on top of all that, pay the rent. I do not believe he would do any of that. Don't be ridiculous. It's DaBaby. Yo, here come the insults, right? It's almost as if a clean fight is impossible with folks. And why would I think a clean fight is even possible? If fights were clean, right, folks wouldn't do you dirty and file for divorce in the first place. Now, for those of y'all that think Kanye's petty meter is off the charts, believe it or not, it appears that Kim came out of her corner with a short jab to check the temperature. You see what I'm saying? Now, according to a source, who I'm beginning to think this is like a close family member or something. I mean, do they know the source? Imagine telling your best friend, like, yeah, well, guess what? The stroke game is weak. Then People magazine came out the cut like, and legend has it, he can't play tennis. Wouldn't you be like, yo, wait a minute. I only told one person about that. Anyway, the source said, quote, there's no drama between Kim and Kanye. Close quote. I don't know about you, but divorce is major drama, right? Like, that's a dissolution of a family unit. That's mad drama. The source continued on to say, quote, Kim is mostly just disappointed. Ooh, I hate that word. Disappointed, because I heard it a lot. Disappointed that they couldn't figure out how to stay married. But it takes 2 people to create a happy marriage. Kim has felt Kanye is not willing to do the hard work and compromise. Close quote. Yeah, lady, you did all the hard work. Oh, maybe she did. I don't know. Compromise is the word, though, right? Like, if the concept of compromise is not in a relationship discussion, quite frankly, as J. Rue the Damager said, you're playing yourself. You see what I'm saying? And finally, a few months back, right, Boosie did an interview with Mike Tyson, and the dialogue got a little bit interesting, right? See, Boosie made some statements about Dwayne Wade's kid, and if you know anything, you know that Mike Tyson's daughter also is, what is it, like LGBTQIA and the rest of the, alphabets or whatever, right? Now, you know that Boosie was not about to hold his tongue on any of that type of situation, right? It was mentioned to Boosie that Tyson's daughter has a bit of an aggressive personality, to say the least, potentially escalating meaningful dialogue to putting the paws on you. So Boosie was asked if he felt some type of way about Tyson's daughter and the hostile atmosphere. Boosie stated, quote, I ain't feel like it'll get violent. First, he wasn't going to let her interview me. He was like, my daughter want to ask you some questions. I said, bring her in here. You know, I'm full of answers for questions. Now, she asked me questions. I asked her questions. She said what she had to say. I said what I had to say. Like, that's me, right? Close quote. Now, the interviewer expressed that Tyson was worried that his daughter would have done something to Boosie, and Tyson would have to jump in. If Shorty decided, that's like if Shorty decided to put her hands on him. Now, the question was asked to Boosie, what would you have done had Tyson put the hands on you? And Boosie stated, well, he didn't skip a beat. He said, quote, we would have shot the F out of Mike Tyson. If Tyson would have hit me, my ninja would have killed Tyson in that B and stood over him and said, there he is. I did it. I did it right there. We killed him. We hit him. I mean, he hit him. We killed him right there and stood over him right there. You think my ninja gonna let Mike Tyson? It's over. Nah. It's over. Close quote. Here's the thing, right? Tyson today is not the Tyson of yesteryear, thank goodness, right? But even so, Tyson's speed is ridiculous. Like, the time it takes for you to pull out a weapon, you got to have your hand on the trigger aiming it at him for me to believe that in close quarters, you got a chance to get the drop on this monster whose chief job it was to do a peekaboo on your behind. You see what I'm saying? I mean, don't get me wrong. Anybody could be stopped. Please don't understand. You see what I'm saying? Hammer time, right? But if I'm the shooter, right, I could see me in those close quarters trying to reach for the jammy, right, and pull out the heat. You see what I'm saying? Seeing Tyson advancing towards me, then waking up like, you know, like when they remove the bandage from over your eyes and then they keep unwrapping it and seeing people in my face like, hey, you remember anything? And I'm like, wasn't I just in an interview with Mike Tyson? And everybody looks at each other like, my guy, that was months ago. You see what I'm saying? You'll let us know what you think. I mean, what can you imagine Boosie being responsible for Tyson's death? Well, technically, it wouldn't have been Boosie. If Tyson advanced on Boosie, it really would have been Tyson being responsible for his own demise. You see what I'm saying? But thank God the man is self-controlled. You see what I'm saying? Kate Michelle dropping it like it's hot. I mean, wasn't that embarrassing? Cardi B and going under the knife. Let me ask you a question, man. If you had the money, man, I mean, keep it a buck as you can. If you had the money, would you go under the knife? And if you did go under the knife, what would it be for, man? You see what I'm saying? Fellas, I mean, you know, we don't generally go under the knife, but we get hair implants and bull crap like that. You see what I'm saying? Would you? I mean, if you go, you know what I'm saying? If your hairline was pushing back like the ocean, would you do the hairline thing? I mean, would you do the, you know, the hair thing? Yo, let us know what you think in the comments below. Be sure to like, be sure to subscribe. Thanks for tuning in to Celebs Source, your source for celeb news.